know that the generalization simply isn't true. The words of German pastor Martin Noller ringing in your ears. First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me. But there was no one left to speak out for me. Who or what is the ultimate authority in our lives? Who or what governs what we say and do, what we do not say or do not do? Is it the literal Bible text which at the same time condemns the unclean yet welcomes the stranger? Is it the convention of polite society that favors those who have and scorns those who do not? Is it tradition which resists the movement of the ages, or popularity which discards history and depth of story? Is it pure logic and reason which sometimes fails to appreciate the mystery of life? Or is it intuition that sometimes lacks stability and proof? Who or what is the ultimate authority in your life? As people of faith in God, in Jesus Christ, we claim one Lord, one Savior, one authority, one head. And that is Jesus Christ, who lived, died, and was raised to save and not to condemn the world. Of all the authorities that vie for our time and attention, we believe that Jesus Christ is the only one who will not fail us. But faith without works is dead, right? Jesus did not wish those lepers a cheerful "get well" and walk away. He healed them. Jesus did not just grieve the death of his friend. He raised him. Jesus did not just smile sweetly at children. He engaged them. Jesus did not preach at the woman he encountered at the well about her wretched life. He met her where she was. He heard her. He offered her living water and never condemned her. Jesus took his gospel of love, triumphing over power, and he lived it. He lived it in spite of all the sin around him, lived it in spite of the pressure to conform. He lived it in spite of the pressure to be quiet and safe. He lived it out loud in spite of the consequence from people who did not understand and people who did not agree. He risked it all. Why? To pair his ultimate authority with an ultimate way to live under that authority, so that we would have no question, no doubt that his gospel was the only one that would bring peace. Peace in spite of risk, in spite of the risk of death. Just because the fig tree is stubbornly barren does not mean that the gardener is going to give up on it. On the other hand, the gardener is also not going to stand by and wring his hands about the fate of that tree and the prognosis of its dis-ease. He promises to continue to work on it, with it. He will nurture it. He will dig around it. He will fertilize it. He will coax it into bearing fruit. He will not walk away in disgust or despair. He will not be idle or shy about calling it to its ultimate purpose. He will care for it and participate in its healing. And so it is our calling as the embodiment of Christ to refuse to be idle or shy about proclaiming release to the captives and truth to powers and principalities, to refuse to rise empty-handed and succumb to the temptation of apathy, to participate in the healing of brokenness and the building of God's righteousness, peacefulness, and God's just kingdom